intentional about everything in life. Coming up on today's broadcast.
The baby was not breathing inside me. I just went into a state of shock. Everything happened so fast because there was nothing wrong with me. To be told that baby is not breathing, and when I went to the hospital and the doctor actually declared that baby is dead and I have to push it, I didn't take it very well at first. I cried a lot, and as I said, I was crying for my mom and my baby as well. It was definitely, God was definitely not the author of it, but a lot of things did happen out of it, through it. It's a brilliant children ministry has been birthed out of this experience. A lot of people said a lot of negative things. Someone also said that, the child came out dead already. You didn't have a chance to meet the child or the baby, so why make a fuss out of it?
Intentional about everything in life.
Hello viewers, you're welcome to Be Intentional. There is a saying that the mindset of the loss of a loved one is to understand that the loss will never be undone. You must live with it, like it or not. But to live well, you must turn that loss into something very positive, scarred, flawed, and unstoppable. And our guest today is a testimony to that effect. As you all know, we've been dealing with the loss of a child. And in our previous episodes, our guest is a wonderful, beautiful soul who is always, always full of smiles. And yes, she is unstoppable. She has been scarred and flawed, yet her smile has been unstoppable. She is a teacher by profession and a mother of 3 who has suffered a loss. My guest today is Mrs. Lordina Owusu, and I call her Lordi. So, hey Lordi, you are welcome to Be Intentional. Can you briefly share with us or tell us about your loss and how you felt when you first received the news? What were some of the questions you asked yourself? Did you feel guilty? Did you feel responsible?
All right. Actually, I'm going to kill 2 birds with a stone today. I've actually experienced 2 major losses in my life. One was with my mom when I was just about 10 years old, and one was just recently about 2 years ago when I lost my baby through stillbirth, a fully grown baby inside me. And how I felt with my mom, I was only 10 years old. I was told nothing. I mean, the family thought it would be wise to kind of protect me. So no one told me anything. As up until now, no one has actually told me what has happened or what ever happened to my mom. So that was something that I had to live up with. No counseling, nothing, how I was feeling, nothing. No one ever asked me how I felt about whether I know where my mom was or anything of that sort, because they didn't want to cause me any pain. So that wasn't really well dealt with very well. And with my baby, when I was told, because I was growing up and I had 2 children already, when I was told that the baby was not breathing inside me, I just went into a state of shock. Everything happened so fast because there was nothing wrong with me. There was nothing wrong with baby. I had just gone for a scan and everything was okay. So to be told that baby is not breathing, and when I went to the hospital and the doctor actually declared that baby is dead and I have to push it, I was just in a state of shock. So all I remember, or I was told, is I said nothing. I just said nothing. I did nothing. It was until I came back from the theater and everything that I think reality really did hit me, and I realized that I had lost that. And The grieving period was kind of very, very overwhelming because I was grieving for both my mom and my baby all at the same time, because I never did get the chance to grieve for my mom. I was too small for them at the age of 10, so I was never told how or asked how I was feeling. So yes, it was very deep. I was trying for the doctors to actually give me a reason why that had happened to me, why there was a stillbirth, or why I had a stillbirth, but they said that it's one of the natural causes that can happen. Nothing actually happened. It wasn't with my diet, it wasn't with anything at all. So yes, I wish they could have given me something to just go home with, but no, they didn't. So yeah, I didn't take it very well at first. I cried a lot, and as I said, I was crying for my mom and my baby as well, because I didn't get the chance to grieve during my mom's time.
I get that, you know. I get that bit where one loss brings the other one that is gone already. I really get that. So how did it affect you? How did it affect your children and relationship? How did you cope?
I really didn't cope very well at all. My children used to tell me that mommy is always crying. Mommy is always crying. I mean, the first few days was quite difficult for me. I cried a lot. Yes, I did cry a lot. And I don't know, with my relationship with my children, I drew them more closer to me because everything just happened so fast. I thought that this could happen not again or anything of that sort, but I just realized that whatever chance it is that I have been left with to live here on this earth, I have to make better use of it. So I drew children more closer to me. My husband and I did trash out any differences between us. And yes, we grieved differently. He was all kind of pretending to be all right. I was crying a lot, so it was very difficult. It was very difficult in this period of our lives. And how it affected me for my when I was young, when I was 10 years old and my mom died, how it affected me was I hope this goes well, but I didn't kind of find anyone. I didn't get that motherly love anywhere else, like a real motherly love. No, I didn't think, well, probably in my own mind, I didn't think that I could have anyone to love me more like my mom would love me, and nothing ever did replace her. Nothing did. And with my baby, a lot has changed. A lot changed to affect me. I mean, very positive things actually did happen out of this. It was definitely, God was definitely not the author of it, but a lot of things did happen out of it, through it. It's a brilliant children ministry has been birthed out of this experience. I got to love children. I now have love for children so much, which I never used to have before, because I was never child friendly. I mean, children were not my thing, even though I did have children. It's just that I was not really child. Oh no, that wasn't me. But now I kind of have this soft spot for children. I do feel what they are feeling, and yes, I am able to also, now that I'm older, I'm able to grieve with a lot of people who are also going through the same grieving period. I did understand it now.
Great. Wow. A children ministry has been born out of this pain. Anyway, you know, we've been dealing on this show, we've been dealing on what to say and what not to say, especially with what not to say, and encouraging people in how they can support people. Can you share with us what are some of the things people said in their bid to comfort you, and what impact did they have on you, both positive, negative ones? What would you say to that?
Let's start with the negative things first. I mean, most of the negative things, a lot of people said a lot of negative things because we wanted to kind of do a burial short service for my son. And you know, with me, because I did not have that closure, because I did not have the time, that grieving time for my mom, this was a very special moment for me. I didn't want it to also be taken away from me. So I really wanted to, it was a time for me to also grieve. I found it, I actually realized that I was grieving for my mom and for my child as well, or my baby as well. So some of the negative things people said to me, which I really don't blame them and I'm forgiving them all, it's just because some of them did not know what they were saying. A lot of people did not say things. Some people just ignored the situation, which was very hateful. At least say, Lordina, we are with you in this matter, but completely bluntly,
did you know?
Nothing has happened. No, that I found very, very painful. Some also told me that, it's a boy. I have 2 boys already, and you didn't probably want a boy anyway, so shouldn't be so sad. Someone also said that, the child came out dead already. You didn't have the chance to meet the child or the baby, so why make a fuss out of it? Some also said that I should give birth. I should go and do whatever I have to do and give birth ASAP to replace the child. And some of them were telling me some of their experiences they had with their children dying, and someone told me about their wife long ago, like 200 years ago, what they did, and they gave the whole baby to the hospital.
They won't be living if it was 200 years ago.
And so yes, a lot of things, a lot of uncertainty around that time with what people were saying, and sometimes just hearing it was enough hurt. But one of the positive things that people also came to tell me or said to me was some of the better things that came out of this whole experience. Personally, it is going to be very weird saying this, but personally, it's one of the most beautiful experience, this recent one with my baby dying. I did not get the chance to experience that with my mom, because probably I was just 10 and I didn't really know God that much. But this time, it was one of the most beautiful experience that I can ever go through. I mean, to ask me again, it was really beautiful, seriously. I mean, I've never felt any sense of peace ever in my life during that period of time. The presence of God was so much around me. It gave me so much hope, and how I did wonder how people without faith or without God are literally able to go through all these periods, this painful period, all alone, without any God, without any Jesus, without any Holy Spirit to guide them through. Because I found that the presence of God was so much around me, and that, I mean, I didn't know that you could probably be crying and still be at peace. I was so much at peace. Everything went so smoothly. It was like, I don't know how to describe it, but it was very beautiful. It was very beautiful. I was literally crying, and I wanted to really share this. One moment I had come back from my school rounds and I just threw myself down, crying uncontrollably, and the picture I got whilst I was crying in my room was a little child in the arms of a father, a little child who has accidentally hurt herself, and she's come to her dad, and daddy has picked her up and put her right on the arm and saying that it is going to be all right. Do not cry. Do not cry. I know it hurts. Do not cry. You will be okay. That is the picture I saw with me in Jesus's arms. It was so beautiful. It didn't stop me from crying, but it was so comforting to know that I was not going through this all alone. And I did have some friends. I did have a lot of friends. I did have the support of my husband coming to really make things better. But yes, the presence of God in my life was really awesome, and it did help a great deal.
So what you're actually saying is that the fact that you're crying doesn't mean you've lost hope. So people should be allowed to grieve.